Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Arianna Elizabeth, and welcome if you are new here, or welcome back if you are an OG subscriber. Today's class is going to be all about wrist care. 7 of my favorite stretching techniques and one of my favorite strengthening techniques. I know a lot of you are always asking, like, how do I get comfortable in downward facing dog? Or I really want to strengthen my wrists for more inversions and feel comfortable in things. This is what I do to make sure to love on my wrists afterwards, prior to, and then also a way to kind of strengthen your wrists without just jumping into downward facing dog. So we'll go ahead and just come to a seat on your mat, interlace your fingers, and we'll begin with regular wrist rolls. So just rolling your wrist to the right and then to the left. And remember, we're not in any rush here, so if you're going really fast, go ahead and slow down about 2 notches. You want to really be able to feel this. Take your time. Alrighty, and then we're going to do some connected wrist rolls. And so you're going to bring the base of your wrist together and then roll your hands in, your fingers in, really extending your fingers. I always say the more dramatically you do it, the better it's going to feel. So as dramatic as you can make this, really get in there. And don't forget to take it the other way, so rolling it outwards, away from you. All right, perfect. And then from here, we are going to do some wrist hugs. So we'll start with the left wrist. And you're basically kind of going to squeeze gently with your index finger and your thumb. And you're just going to squeeze small little pulses into that joint area on your wrist. You're probably going to feel some popping. If you do, that is okay. And then go ahead, we can switch to the right wrist. And then you can go ahead and release that. Individually roll your wrists, so just make some circles with your wrists. Perfect. And then go ahead and take your left palm and face it out. So extend your arm out. And we're going to do kind of individual finger tugs. So we're going to start with the pinky. You're going to wrap your right hand around your pinky and just gently pull it towards you. And now your ring finger. Your middle finger, nothing too hard, don't pull too hard, your index finger, and then your thumb. Perfect. You can release and just squeeze your fingers in, make a tight fist with that left hand, and extend, squeeze, extend. Perfect. All right, and let's do the same on the right hand. So right hand or right palm faces out. Wrap your hand around your pinky, give it a nice little gentle tug. your ring finger, your middle finger, your index finger, and your thumb. Perfect. Alrighty, you can release, squeeze, or make a fist with your right hand. Extend your fingers, squeeze, extend your fingers. Perfect. Alrighty. So now we're going to go ahead and do a little lateral wrist lean in kind of thing. So your palm is going to come down onto the mat. You're going to kind of come up to a tabletop to a degree, but you can bring your heels in, tuck your toes under, just so you can get like good elevation. And your left palm, we'll start with the left palm. Left palm is going to be down. You're going to place your right hand on top of your left hand, and then go ahead and lean over, kind of getting a good stretch into that wrist, straightening through the left elbow, and sometimes you can rock back and forth. I like to rock back and forth. You don't have to just like be static with it. And then from here, we'll go ahead and flip to the top of that left hand. So now your palms are touching each other, and do the same thing. Perfect. And then we'll switch hands. So this time the right palm is going to come down. The left hand comes on top of the right palm. Again, adding a little movement to this is always very nice. Much better than just a static hold. And then you can flip to the top of that hand and take the same stretch. Perfect. All right. You can slowly release. And then just come to just sitting on your heels or sitting on the mat. It doesn't matter. This is for your wrists. You can take your left hand or your right hand on your left forearm. So you're just basically going to kind of squeeze your left forearm, more so just to make sure that it doesn't move. And then we're going to roll your wrists. So make a fist with your left hand and just roll that wrist. And just squeezing onto that right forearm or the left forearm, namaste, so that it doesn't move. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and do the same on the other hand, making a fist, squeezing that forearm, and rolling your wrist. That way you make sure it stays in your wrist and it doesn't become like a whole arm movement. Alrighty. And so from here, this is like perfect, like the stretches that I like to do. Now, if you would like to do just a little bit of strengthening, this part is optional. So you can either click off of the video now, or we can go into just a little bit of strengthening. It's just one thing. Basically, you're going to come to your knees or in a high plank. So I'd say let's start on our knees. And then if it's not enough, you can move into a high plank, which is going to add definitely some more heat to this. So starting on your knees, lifting your heels up towards your bum, You're going to have your hands right underneath your wrists, right underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to shift our weight into the left palm, come up to the right fingertips. Make sure your bum is nice and low and everything's engaged. And then lower down to the right palm, come up to the left fingertips. And then just basically switch side to side. I'd say maybe take, whatever you feel. Maybe I usually like to do maybe about 20 or 30 of these on each side. And again, if you need a little extra fire, you can always come to high plank and do this same thing. You'll definitely feel the difference very quickly. But of course, whatever is comfortable for you, whatever you want to push yourself to do, just don't go too hard on your wrists because your wrists are very dainty and you want to be gentle with them. They take on a lot of everyday loads, and so you definitely want to treat them with love because especially in yoga, you use them a lot. So you use all your joints, but especially your wrists. All right, well, those are some of my favorite stretching and strengthening techniques. If you would like to see more videos like these, let me know. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. If you would like to donate to me or my future studio or my GoFundMe, I will leave the information on the next screen as well as down below. And yes, I hope you have a blessed and beautiful rest of your day. All right, bye.